Now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Welcome back. So glad you're with us. Phil Zeller, Effective Communication. Part 3, diplomacy. What does it take to be more diplomatic, to be able to negotiate to positive outcomes with other people? If you listen to the past couple episodes, we've given you some tips and some tricks so far to move forward in the art of negotiation. And I got another one here for you today. And this part of the series is really focusing on the understanding behind all of this. Because understanding how to negotiate, one thing is being able to do it, but you also have to understand why you're doing it. Well, of course, you want a positive outcome. The other part you got to understand is, what is your mindset in the situation? And it's interesting to think about it, because we go into oftentimes negotiations with a negative fight attitude. And absolutely, that is not the right attitude. Because if you go with a fighting attitude, I'm going to win, you're going to lose in that situation, odds are you're going to be putting blinders on and not be able to negotiate a deal, either because you can't or they won't with you, because you are not opening your mind to additional possibilities. So the challenge you got to do is keep that mindset open. And one thing I want to share with you to think about is negativity. Negativity is like a cancer, and it can spread quickly. And cancer is a serious issue. If you've dealt with it in your family, I don't need to tell you how serious it is. It will change what you're doing. And it's something that you've got to consider. And nobody wants cancer. Nobody wants it. Nobody. I haven't met a person yet. And why would you, right? But that's like negativity. And negativity spreads like that. And so one of the first things you go, ooh, I don't want that near me, right? It's kind of like, remember when we were all back in COVID, we were all standing 6 feet apart because we thought that if we stood 6 feet apart, we wouldn't get that virus. Well, that's what negativity is. So if you have a negative demeanor, negative attitude, it's like you're going to spread a virus or a cancer and you don't even realize it. So people are going to avoid you and not have the conversation. That's why Dale Carnegie shared their very first principle in working with people is don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Don't do it, because negativity is like a cancer. Nobody wants to be around it. So the question you got to ask yourself is, do you want a better outcome, yes or no? And if you can't get past your own negativity, guess what? Odds you get too far are pretty short. You're not going to get that far with other people if you're negative. We don't like to be around negative people, just like we don't like getting cancer. So our challenge is this. What do we do instead of being negative? What do you do instead of criticizing, condemning, or complaining? What you do is you seek understanding. So in a situation, diplomacy, one of the things that is in the back of your head and your mindset is, what do I understand? What don't I understand? And how do we come to an understanding together of a better outcome that we agree to? So in this essence, by going there and seeking understanding, what you're really trying to do is find points of agreement with the other person. So one of the ways that you can do this is you can arouse in the other person an eager one, as Dale Carnegie said. Share some things in terms of what you've learned about their interests that they may be interested in. Hey, would you be interested in us being able to achieve this? Yes, great. Tell me about that. And have a conversation in terms of their interests that would pull out things that they're interested in seeing achieved. So arouse in the other person an eager one, as Dale Carnegie would say, by putting things out there that go, oh yeah, that would be a good thing to have, and weave that into the conversation and tie it into what Dale Carnegie also shared as a nobler motive. Because if we achieve that, this is what we achieve together, and this is what we achieve for the greater good. And the nobler motive is always a place you want to end up with people, because everybody can buy into a nobler motive. Whatever that nobler motive may be for the people that we're talking about, they come together and say, yeah, we all want this outcome, right? And so it's that outcome that you all agree that that would be a great thing to achieve. And in diplomacy, that is something that you always want to have on the table so that you don't get caught up in somebody's personal issues and you focus on the bigger picture of why we're here, which is this better outcome. And by focusing on that, you're going to keep bringing people back to what it is we're trying to achieve together. And as we pull everybody together, Remind them of they're a person who makes a difference. Give them a fine reputation to live up to. Without them, we might not be able to achieve this. But with them, we can achieve great things. So always bring it back to them being part of the collective, helping us all to be better and move toward a better outcome. And when you do this, you'll probably head to Dale Carnegie's last principle, which is make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. And isn't that the art of diplomacy? Getting us all on the same page and making everybody happy about it? You got this. Now go be more diplomatic. Make it happen in your life.